we first decided to build the new house, we found the lot that we wanted, and then spent some time looking at other homes that were under construction and asking who the builders were, and that was one of the things that had us hone in on John Cannon Homes was just some of the other work that was done nearby and reputation. We, of course, asked people, how'd your build go? Who built your home? For those homes we had kind of admired, and got some pretty consistently positive feedback about John and the quality of the home he built. Relationship with our construction superintendent, and he did a really nice job of following up, not just on status, but any issues we had along the way. He was on top of dealing with those issues, so it gave us some confidence that we were going to get the kind of outcome that we wanted.
Even when we would email him with a concern as we walked through the property, his response was almost always, "I'm already on it." Just, he recognized things even before we did that maybe he wanted to make sure we're done just right because we had some special variations in the house, and he was always on top of those details.
Yeah, we had a few change orders, actually quite a few. So as we were building, some of our choices evolved, I would say. So he was pretty responsive to dealing with our fairly fluid requirements.
Really nice to have all of the materials in one place, so that as we selected the floors and then selected the cabinetry and selected tiles, we could lie everything together, make sure it was a coordinated look. And then even if once we moved to different rooms, it was easy to pull back and say, what did we use in that other room, and make sure the color palette was consistent. So having the design center saved us a lot of driving around, a lot of challenges with organization, because it was all right there.
I think it helped us in the selection of John Cannon homes as well, because when we were going through the early process of designing the house, we could really be confident that we knew what we were going to get when we talked about a certain level of finish in flooring and countertops. We did that in the design center so that we could see exactly what the choices were within the budget for that category, and that did inspire some confidence. We've had some good friends go with a process where they were constantly running over all of their allowances because they didn't see what the choices were, and that built a lot of frustration. Where I think where we ran over, which we ran over a fair amount, that was because we had made changes, and it was more tolerable for us to run over it than
it was. It was a conscious decision versus a surprise.
Yeah, we said, well, maybe we won't upgrade that, and then as we got into the build process, we decided, oh, I guess we will. I just think in making those selections, it did take some stress out of the budget process later, because we had a pretty good idea of exactly what we were getting, and what we'd be able to choose from in terms of all the finishes.
See, about the design center, trying to make all of those decisions before ground is even broken does seem a little overwhelming and hard to visualize 100, 1,000 decisions, which hinge, which tile, which grout. And I did hit a wall. I think I said I can't make one more decision this week.
I do think she sent me to a meeting or two by myself. Yeah.
But then then you resume it, and it gets fun again, and the outcome is just like, as you see it all come together, it's really fun.
It was nice to be able to have the rooms, working with our designer there, all of the choices. So when we're moving on to the next room, we could just see the continuity from bathroom to bathroom, or or room to room. So she would sometimes assemble the choices we'd already made when we were in another section of the house, and I thought that was great. That was very helpful. And we like, you know, the ultimate outcome of how it came together, and I think it gave us confidence that we were going to like it during the process.
Design center that John does a lot of Mediterranean homes because the selections have that style to them. But there are also selections that fit exactly what we wanted. We just probably searched through more, what do they call it, boards of tile than maybe we would have if we were going with a strictly Mediterranean style. And we did have our project manager say like, "Whoa, we've never used, I think it was this wall, we've never used some of these materials in this way before." And I was a little nervous, but we were able to find exactly what we wanted, and
yeah, I think we have a coastal contemporary style home, and you know, all of the materials choices were out of the design center, and I think we have a fabulous outcome. So we might have had to work maybe just a little bit harder at finding just the right kind of material selection or choice, but couldn't be happier with how it all came together in the end.